Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make grape jelly. One of the reasons I decided to do research on this recipe is I got tired of paying like $4.50 a jar for this where I am. And this works out to be about a third of the price. It makes about a quart, which is a fair amount, right? And what I do is I just make it in this Pyrex here and keep it in the fridge. It will keep refrigerated for up to 3 weeks. Now, of course, with any other thing, if it starts growing mold, throw it out. You can this, but the reason I'm just doing this like this is I'm making the assumption that the people that already know how to can their own jellies won't be watching this video. Okay, so to start off with, you're going to need a medium pot and a wooden spoon. You're going to need some kind of container. Now, if you want to use glass jars that you already have, make sure that you sterilize them with boiling water first. I've got a kettle ready here. That's always the first step, is sterilize your container. Or you can do them in the oven for about 10 minutes at 225, like just on a rack. So start that sterilizing, and then you're going to juice half a lemon. If you've got prepared lemon juice already, it's 2 tablespoons, so 30 mils total. And here's the rest of the recipe here. So the other 2 ingredients that are key are pure Concord grape juice and liquid pectin. Now, one word here, and to sort of cut off some questions that I always get on recipes: can you substitute? No. Can you change the proportions? No. You can try, but I experimented a little bit with this, and the first batch I got was goo that just poured down the drain. So I would just go with this. Yeah, that worked out to exactly 2 tablespoons. Put that in the pan first. Add the sugar next. The reason I do this is so I don't have to rinse out the cups and dry them again. Now the grape juice. Turn on the heat and cook this over high. You will need some kind of timer for this. I use my phone. So you get a bit more light in here. Yeah, it's good. Stir it constantly with a wooden spoon over high heat until it comes to a boil. Okay, I can tell from the sound that it's just about ready to hit boil. Now you're going to boil this hard for a minute. What that means is that it's a boil that cannot be stirred down with a spoon. See, right now if I let it go, it will start to boil. But if I stir it with a spoon, it sort of stops. When it hits full boil with the spoon going is when I hit the timer. So I got my clock ready here. Yeah, I'm going to start the timer now. Okay, time's up. Turn the heat off and move the pot off the heat. Get your pectin. Cut the end off the envelope. Just move the spoon to the side here. I'll zoom in a little bit. And what you do is squeeze this stuff out sort of like toothpaste. Just let it pour out and then start rolling it from the bottom, because you want to be able to get all this stuff that you can. Then you're going to stir this off the heat for 5 minutes on the clock, but I am going to take a couple of seconds to pour the water out of the cup so it dries out while I'm doing this. So I got my cup there ready, drying out, and I'm going to start stirring and set the timer again, this time for 5 minutes. And it is important that you stir this for the full 5 minutes. Okay, time's up. So take out the wooden spoon. And this is cool enough, you shouldn't need pot holders. And just pour the jelly into your container. Now, of course, if you're using glass jars, you should use a funnel and a ladle. So I got a nice shot for you there. I let it cool down a bit more. I'm just going to try to take the rest of the bubbles off the top so you can see the nice clear jelly that's starting to form underneath. You can actually already see it starting now. Now, what you should do is let this cool off in the container on the stove top, or you can move it to a cutting board if you don't want to leave it on the stove, that's fine. What you should do is let it cool off. Usually it takes about an hour or so. Until it's warm enough that you can touch it comfortably, and then you can move it to the fridge to complete the gelling process. Here we are after an hour, and it's just warm on the outside, and I'll just lift this up so you can see it's moving around a bit, but it's definitely going to be jelly. So I'll move this to the fridge now and come back and check on it in 2 hours. It's been a bit over 2 hours in the fridge now, and you can see from the consistency that it definitely has gelled. Depending on your fridge or the type of juice you're using, it may take a little longer to gel. Now, you can always safely leave it in the fridge overnight to be sure. I just don't want to wait that long. So what I'm going to do is I got a nice spatula here. I just want to show you the color and the texture. Get some of that in a bowl. Give you a nice close-up. I'll clean that off a little way. Give you a nice close-up on that. And that's how I make grape jelly. And yes, it does taste as good as it looks, and I hope you try it and come back again. Thanks for watching.